As part of our collaboration with CILT, we've been having prominent guests, most celebrated leaders from CILT, starting with Mr. Mark Armitage, the Secretary General, Ms. Gayani Dialvis. Now we have with us Ms. Ozlem Dalga, the board member, Vilat, Turkey. She's a leader who aspires more women into the male-dominated industry, which was never untapped a decade before. So we are very fortunate, blessed, and happy to have with us today Ms. Ozlem Dalga to grace our students with the convocation certificate and also to share her experience with us. Good afternoon, Ms. Ozlem Dalga.
Good afternoon.
We are very happy to have you here and appreciate your kind gesture of traveling all the way from Turkey to Kerala to grace our graduation ceremony.
Thank you for the nice welcome. I'm used to going to New Delhi. I've been to your country 7 times, but this is my first time in the south. And I can say that the southern people give a warmer welcome, which is already warm up north.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to know, like your profile is very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You started your career in media. You were in the media industry for around 2 decades, and then you transitioned to the logistics sector. So what attracted you towards the logistic industry from the media sector?
Actually, I follow my heart. I go where it goes. And my transition from media, how I ended up media is actually was a question mark. I followed my heart after Switzerland to US to Northwestern to Chicago. I double majored as an economics and communication studies major because I could not choose in between. And then I returned to Turkey after having my first child in Chicago. Then I said, okay, why not? I like communication studies. I like media. Why not work in media? I founded CNBC, local CNBC. I was in the founding team. I was recruited by one of the good headhunters back then. And then I stayed in media, and that led me to my career to find out about Bloomberg, local Bloomberg. I did the licensing agreement for the channel in Turkey. I brought Bloomberg to Turkey. Okay. And since then, it has been 14 years past. And I moved out of media back in 2015 to FMCG sector to launch the... I was transferred by Philip Morris to launch the new products. And as a communication director in Philip Morris, you're the most highly rated person in the team, next to the director. Then I followed my heart to logistics. And I was headhunted again. And the headhunter told me that they needed me. I said, okay, let's try logistics this time. The more I got into it, the more I liked it.
So that's your journey from media too. So you have tasted different departments, different areas.
Yes.
Okay, that's true.
But I'm a journalist at heart.
Journalist at heart, always.
Always.
So now that you've shared your journey from media to logistics, again, what are your remarkable, we would like to know your remarkable contribution to the Vilat initiative.
So when I entered the logistics world, I realized that the female presence is very behind the other sectors. It's 9% in Turkey, and I believe it's 5% in India. So there's a lot of room to grow. So as in charge of the marketing and communications department for business unit Mediterranean of the FDS International, I took on the task of promoting female task force, female presence in the sector, in the company, because back then the committee, the management committee, took the decision to diversify their team and to increase the female workforce. That's why we were like, women in logistics and transport was only natural to exist in the Turkish market. And when pandemic hit, our productivity skyrooted. So, and Miss Berna Akyıldız, she was like, okay, she told me about the Women in Logistics and Transport Institution, and I said, okay, why not? Let's bring this to Turkish market. I helped her, so I was in the founding team. So in the pandemic, we were working from home as like other people, but I was not bored at all. It was the busiest time of my career. So it was nice, and we have started Women in Logistics and Transport in the Turkish market, and then we were doing a project back then called Women New Route of Women in Logistics.
Okay.
And we, with the local NGO called Kagider, and we exported that to AIDA, Italian NGO of Kagider's woman NGO in Italy. During the G20 meetings in Rome, it was explained as the best case project back then. So it had a national aspect.
Okay.
And Ms. Kayani was the global head of Vilad. And she was also surprised how we took the lead in the region. And it was fun. It was a good start.
It was a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like you, as you said, you, Ms. Gaini, the contributions or the way that you take up Vilad to the next level truly inspires these students. And we see the change that is happening even in places like in Kerala, in India. So lots of students, girls especially, are showing interest towards joining the logistics industry. So we see that change happening in the education sector. It's not only the male dominated, like even they have space to grow. So I should actually thank you for your contribution to Vilad.
I would like to thank you for your kind words. As far as I have seen this morning, there were only 10 girls out of 100 who were getting their certificate, who were graduating from your program. We will see next year how that number turns out to be. I hope more women join your program, and we can see that there are more women who join the workforce in logistics and transport.
Definitely. We have around 25% of girls as such. So we have a graduation happening frequently. So last time we had more of girls. So this time, as you said, like when people like you come, you inspire. So this will reach more girls. And as you said, we hope to have, more girls coming forward and taking up the challenge and doing the course. So
that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the role. As a prominent women leader, have you encountered the glass ceiling effect in your journey towards becoming an inspirational leader?
Of course I have. I mean, I only worked in sectors that have a glass ceiling. Media has a glass ceiling for women executives, especially. Women are to be in front of the camera. They're not behind the camera, or their names are not known to be behind the camera. And there's a specific role given to them. So I always challenged that role in media till the day I got transferred to FMCG sector, and I realized fast enough that it's the same in the FMCG sector. The corporations have diversity goals. They want to increase their female workforce. They set quotas for their directors. But then again, they employ those who are different, who are diverse in gender.
Okay.
But then it's all the boys' club in the corporate world as well.
Yes.
And it's the same in the logistics. And numbers got worse when I got to logistics. So there's still a female presence in media and in the corporate world. But in logistics and transport, it's predominantly rare.
So the glass ceiling, how did you shatter the glass ceiling? Do you have any strategy, or is there something that women should, for the aspiring IMS girl students? So do you have a message for them? Because for sure, they'll also get into, that scenario where they see a glass ceiling, and that shouldn't stop them. So do you have any advice for our students that when they face this in their life?
Well, there's of course a glass ceiling, and it's in the politics of the employment world. I mean, of course, men also face work politics, but when it comes to women, there's a glass ceiling added to that work politics. So they should be more prepared compared to their male counterparts. Well, for me, I'm a very strong-headed person, so I go for whatever I want after whatever I want.